Hey, what's going on YouTube? MarineX back at it again. Cyber Monday, Black Friday are over. Let's talk about some of the pickups that I had. A lot of stuff are household related, so those are kind of, we won't mention those. But anything that's like survival, EDC, prep type stuff that's related, we're going to talk about those. First thing here, I picked up another Leatherman Free P4. Now, the one that I had is modified. They had some crazy prices on the Free P4, and I just told myself, let's just pick up another one. Let's just see how these, get another unmodified one back in my hands because I definitely want to be able to do some comparisons with the Free P4 modified, the Leatherman Arc, and then eventually probably end up giving away one of the three just to see how they go. Crazy price. It was like 104 bucks. I think it still might be on pricing. Any of the stuff that I'm talking about, if I can still find it, I'll link it up down below. And one thing that I really missed in regards to the unmodified Leatherman Arc is that the longer Phillips driver. That thing is fantastic for getting in really tight places, like a deep well where you might have a fastener or a screw that's deep down in somewhere and you just can't quite get to it. So one pickup there, I think was pretty great. Now, I have my flashlight of the year, which is the Phoenix PD36R Pro. This is the light that I primarily use when I go rucking. It kind of just lives on my plate carrier. And so Phoenix released a new product, the Phoenix TK30R. This is a white laser flashlight. This thing only has 500 lumens, but it has 1,500 meters of beam distance. And the reason I wanted to get a white laser flashlight specifically is because I really wanted the option to have something, just look at the crazy intensity of that laser. I really wanted something that had a great distance on it. This is an LEP beam versus an LED. And so basically a laser is hitting phosphorus, and that is what's creating the beam that shines incredibly far. This thing goes almost a mile. This is great to also have on a ruck because, of course, I love my PD36R, but to have this type of beam to be able to shine way out in front of me as it gets colder and we're seeing more bobcats and coyotes and stuff like that, it does provide a blinding mechanism for those type of animals. It's also a great blinding mechanism for those enemies. And it's just a great light for a search functionality. If I ever find myself in a sticky situation, especially hunting, you can use this thing. It has a very big, beefy handle on it. And if you don't own an LEP light within your arsenal at all, I think you should have at least one. I think some of the best ones are made by Phoenix. Olight makes a couple, but they're just really great. They can be pricey though, so it's best to kind of get them on a sale. Before we jump into the next one, I don't have a sponsor for this video, but I definitely want you guys to check out some of the products on themarinex.com because you might see some of those to be prudent for Christmas. EDC storage boxes, what I use to keep some of my small USB-C drives. You can also keep your RE patches in this thing, whatever you want to, honestly, SD cards. Maybe you have some fasteners for your watch or whatever. You can keep in here quarters, change, or you can also use the EDC tray. You can pick this up. This is on my website I'm using right now in the video. Always supporting your boy down below is well appreciated, and links will be there if you want to check those out. Next one here, still in the Phoenix family. I picked up another Phoenix bike light. This is the BC21R V3. Now, V3 improves a lot, makes it a lot easier. It introduces USB Type-C. And I like my bike lights because I had one on my hay bike. I needed another one for my Mac Fox. And so I have the one on my Mac Fox now. This is my older one that was on the hay bike, just to kind of show you what it's going to look like when it gets beat up. And I'm okay with the bumps and bruises that you get on this. And so for this one, the one thing I like about it also, it does use the 18650 battery. The other one's still I think I picked it up in black. I think you can get them in multiple colors. Make some decent bike lights. I had some Olight bike lights. The ones that I had, the issue I had with those is that they were using a proprietary charger. I think they also are Olights that don't use that, but that was an issue for me, and I really wanted to kind of get away from that. We also have the Victorinox nail clippers. This is my third set of these. I have them in red. I have them in like the multicam looking color, and now I have them in the wood. And my nails grow crazy fast. I'm trying to make it so that in most places chill at, there's a set of nail clippers nearby so that I can kind of clip my stuff if need be. I like the Victorinox nail clippers. I've only, small complaint is sometimes it's hard on my thumbnail. My thumbnails are pretty strong. But other than that, these work great. They're an 8-in-1 tool. Of course, they have the nail clipper, but they also have a great pair of scissors, which Victorinox makes incredibly good scissors. So you can have those as well. So I think that if you're looking for a multi-tool that's kind of practical, this is a good one to start with because it also can do a little bit of grooming for you. I ended up picking up the Leatherman ratchet. Now, I talked about this as the beginning of Black Friday week started, that Leatherman restocked these, and I really wanted to see what all the hype was about. So I haven't had a big chance to use these a ton. It is kind of like a forward and reverse. It does use the Leatherman bit, but also can use standard bits in here. So the standard quarter bits in here. So that's interesting. I like the fact that it extends out. This is, I think, a tool that I can find in handy quite often. Now, I don't know why there was such a delay in getting these back in stock. These are manufactured in Taiwan. I don't know if they were having a shortage of materials or what. They seem to be consistently in stock now. So that was a great snag during that time period. Some kind of stuff that's EDC adjacent. I picked up a Ugreen. This is a 100-watt GAN charger. Of course, I have a 16-year-old, a 9-year-old, 2 3-year-olds, and a almost 2-year-old. And somehow or another, my bricks end up getting all over the house instead of where they're supposed to be, which is normally in my tech kit. So I did want to get this one. It does have 2 USB-C ports, a USB-A port, plenty of power from my MacBook Pro or any other devices that can use a power brick, which is the next major thing that I picked up. I picked up a second E-Taker. This is the E-Taker P300. This is a very interesting battery bank because it is a direct competitor with like the EcoFlow River 3, the River 2, the Blue Eddy smaller units, the Anker DC300. And so I really wanted to test this out to see, is this something that would be viable versus picking up those other units? They had a discount on this for the Black Friday part. And I like the ports that this offers. It does have 3 USB-A's, 1 USB-C. So I would prefer if I got one more USB-C, but it is what it is. 2 barrel ports, which are important for what I do here in the man cave because I run 2 monitors for YouTube off of these type of barrel ports. So that works for me. You can charge it with a barrel port that's not included in the box. But if you have one of those barrel ports around, you can charge it with, I think, up to 10 amps through or up to 6 amps through a barrel port. You can also charge it through the DC port. And they give you a DC to DC port, meaning you can charge this in your vehicle and you can trickle charge your battery with this while it's in your vehicle. Super unique feature. So you can plug this up into the cigarette lighter of your vehicle. Don't start your vehicle. This thing can feed power to your battery and actually trickle charge your battery, and it can help with jump starting. You can also charge it through the USB-C port up to 100 watts, which is why I'm glad I picked up this GAN charger because now I can use the GAN charger for that. And then you have 2 2 AC ports. One is grounded, one is not. I don't know if these are 15 amp rated. I mean, it looks like it is, but I wouldn't trust it. This only can do 300 watts total. And I think it peaks a little bit higher than that. But I like the fact also it has a huge LED light on the back. So I picked up a second one of these. The E-Taker sent me one out, and I've been kind of enjoying that one. And when this one I saw go on quite a bit of a sale, I wanted to pick this up and just do some testing versus some of its competitors. I am really fan of the build quality of this. It feels like a mini brick. And I'm extremely impressed of how they were able to just get this to be so compact and still be like, I think it's 298 or 303 watt hours. Like it's really impressive. And I was able to pick this up for nearly 50 cents a watt hour. I wish I could have got it a little bit cheaper, but E-Taker seems to know what they're doing in the power station space. So this one's going to be an important power station for the man cave area, kind of is what it is on that one. So Eberlestock in the past sent me the Bando bag, and they sent me the regular size a while ago. And I haven't had a chance to do extensive testing, but I've had a lot of people ask me about the Bando. And so I told myself, well, I want to test this out versus any 511 bags I may have, Vertex Sock P bags I have, other Eberlestock, their official sling that they just dropped because this is a fanny. So they were having some crazy deals. So I picked up the larger Bando because the deals were just too good. So Why not pick up the larger bando? I spent well under, I think, 40 bucks in this. It includes like a makeshift holster in it already. So you can use your third party holsters, but it's designed to CCW in a fanny. Um, Look, I like how large it is. I think that this is going to be well suited because I still do have one little that is in diapers and wipes. So I can kind of use that for those purposes. So I found that to be a steal of a deal. Other things I picked up were just kind of like knickknacks for around the house, a couple of phone cases for my phone, but nothing that's like super EDC related. But let me know what you got during the Cyber Monday, Black Friday sales. Hopefully you didn't buy things you didn't need or things that weren't on your list. Or if you did have disposable income, you didn't go too crazy. Comment down below. I would love to know what you picked up. If this is your first time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.